Hi guys, welcome back to His Daughter, His Queen. I'm excited that you decided to join me again this week. I love all of you guys. I'm praying for you. I'm so excited that we're continuing on this journey together. For any newcomers, welcome. I appreciate you taking out the time to just hear what God has to say on the different topics that He gives me weekly. And this week is a bit heavy, but it's necessary. And the topic is fight for your marriage. Yeah, you don't give up. You fight for your marriage. I know that a lot of people like to think that marriage is perfect or people's marriages look perfect. I'm here to tell you they're not. There's not one marriage on earth that's perfect. They may be working and always working at it, but no marriage is perfect. So there will be trials and tribulations, just like there's trials and tribulations in every other area of our life. There are trials and tribulations in our marriages, and we have to be of a sound mind and be steadfast and know that we're committed and that we won't give up. Even when we get weary in a battle, we don't give up. I'm just letting you know the enemy hates your marriage. He would love to see your marriage fall apart. He would love to see division in your home. He wants to divide the family, divide the husband and wife, divide the children, just anything that is going to bring discord, anything that is going to interrupt the peace. That is what the enemy wants to do. But we have to recognize that it's the enemy at work and not our spouse. And sometimes this is very hard. You have to know that your spouse is not your enemy. And no one is perfect. Not even you, boo. I know. You might be close to it, but you're not perfect either. And just like you're not perfect, they're not perfect either. And so instead of thinking about and anticipating the feelings that you have, negative feelings, the anger you may be feeling, whatever you may be feeling, anything that's negative that you're feeling, that you're thinking on, like you're making a situation worse because that's what you're seeing, instead of the positive things about your spouse or the positive things about your marriage. If you focus on the negative, you lose perspective of the positive things in your marriage. We have to learn to give grace, just like God gives us grace. And we have to not give up on our spouse, not give up on our marriage, just like God didn't give up on us. And as He continues to give us grace and forgiveness every day, we must extend this. And I know, and I'll say, I'm speaking from experience, you can go through things, but keeping the right perspective is huge. Knowing that you're not fighting against your spouse, and to know that there's a spiritual warfare going on, that there's an enemy behind the scene that's trying to cause the division, trying to break up your marriage. You have to be strong and steadfast, and you have to pray, and you sometimes may have to fast and pray. And what I've learned is that you have to also have a communities of sisters or friends to go to. And you may not be led, you may not feel comfortable giving details. You have to have people in your life that you can say, just pray. Pray for me, pray for my marriage, pray for my spouse. Just pray. To have someone that's standing with you, because it's better where there's two or more. And you want the people that are in your corner that is for you, that is for your marriage. You don't want to call friends and complain, and you don't want to talk to people that are going to try to talk you out of your marriage, or talk you into not liking your spouse, or talk negatively about your spouse. You need people that are going to point you to Jesus, that are going to point you back to your spouse, point you to your marriage, and to pray and uphold you when you feel weak. This is vital. This is so, I can't even express to you how important this is, because I'm a very private person, but I can tell you, I can't walk alone. I don't walk alone. I can tell you 3 people right now, 4 people actually. I can text right now, pray, please pray. And they're praying. They don't ask questions. They don't, they're, they're praying. And I know that they're genuinely praying for me, for my marriage, for my spouse. You have to have those people in your lives. I think I jumped ahead of myself, but maybe I didn't. I feel like I feel emotional right now because I know that the marriage is one thing that the enemy tries to. Well, of course, he doesn't want it to happen initially. To begin with, and then when it happens, he wants to do anything he can to destroy it. And sometimes we are so caught up in our feelings and our flesh of how we think things should go, and they may not be going that way. So we call it quits, or we just you want to give up on your spouse and give up on your marriage and just walk away. I'm gonna challenge you, encourage you to fight. Unless there is some domestic violence, some mental abuse, physical abuse, all that going on, unless there is that, I'm going to say stay right where you are and fight for your marriage. There are a lot of people that do not agree with it because this is a generation where everything comes easily, and if it's not easy, then you move on from it. That's not what marriage is. You should stick through it, through the thick and the thin. You should fight on your knees, praying, fasting, reading God's word, crying out to him to save your marriage, to change your spouse if that's what needs to happen, to change you if that's what needs to happen. Whatever the situation may be, for God to intervene and to change the situation, or to help you guys to grow stronger in it and through it together. Because at the end, you fight it out and you stay strong and you win. God gets all the glory. Marriage wins again, because that's what he created it to be. Not to be when it's just happy and great and smooth sailing. No. Even when it's hard, we're called to fight for our marriage. You may cry. You will cry. You will feel like giving up. You may feel like your spouse hates you. You have so many different feelings. I'm gonna say, don't live according to your feelings. Don't. Our feelings are so misleading. Like, I feel like eating some cake right now, because that sounds really good. And I haven't had cake in a long time. But I think I work out a little too hard to think about. Yeah, I don't want to waste my exercises on here. Now, sometimes I will. I'm going to say, but I can't live off of my feelings. I can't let my feelings dictate me. I would never get up and go to work. I would never work out. Never, because my body's never feeling like going to work out. But that's what we do 6 to 7 days a week. Yeah, I'm not feeling like a lot of things. Like feeling like paying taxes. I don't feel like cooking. Oh wait, I don't cook a lot. Hardly ever. But whatever. My husband's satisfied. Don't worry about it. I promise you, he's good. He's good. But there's a lot of things we don't feel like doing. We must do. So it doesn't matter what you feel like. Do what you know you're supposed to do. You fight for your marriage. You fight for your spouse. When they want to give up on themselves, you don't give up on them. You fight for them. So I'm going to encourage you to fight, to speak life, to be positive, to know that in the end you win, to know that in the end God is going to provide, that he will sustain you, that he will help you through. If you're going through a tough time, I'm praying for you. I'm praying for you. I'm standing with you. Just don't give up. like a friend told me recently, you could be like one step closer to your victory. Like it could be in one more step. So you got to keep going, keep pushing, keep fighting. Don't give up. I hope this word blessed somebody today. That's what I felt led to share with you guys this week, and so I'm being obedient. I hope you're blessed by that. I'm blessed by it. I'm blessed by the reminder of it. I hope you guys have a very blessed week. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and hit the notify button so that you'll be notified every time I upload a video, which is normally once a week. It's usually Sundays at 3 o'clock. It's about the time I usually upload videos. So yeah, do that because I would love for you to become a part of the His Daughter, His Queen community, for us to learn and grow together, to be the best queens for our husbands, the best daughters for our Father. And I hope and pray that you guys just have a very blessed week. I hope that throughout this week that this word is brought to your remembrance. I love that word. I say it a lot. Your remembrance. So you remember the words that were spoken so that you'll remember to speak life, to speak grace, to give grace, to show love, to give love. Thank you guys for joining me this week. I can't wait to see you next week. Have a very blessed week. Bye.